Hi, friends. Been sick the past few days, and I couldn't find my microphone, so I just hadn't made a video in a while. So I just wanted to get on here, but I probably don't look or sound very good right now. But I want to get back in here as soon as I could, just to give you a rundown of the countless amount of crazy shit that's been happening the past few days. Actually, just talking about the shit that happened today is enough. Real quick, I wanted to say that it's your support that makes this show possible. Don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, share with your friends, do all the good things. I've never talked to an advertiser, and I don't plan to unless things get really bad. And I want to support this. And if you want to support this show, please go to our Patreon, buy me a coffee. Links are in the description. Thanks in advance. Before I say anything else, I do want to say rest in peace to Catherine O'Hara. If you don't know, Catherine O'Hara was a comic actress. She was the mom in Beetlejuice and also the mom in the first two Home Alone movies. She was also on Schitt's Creek, and before all that, she was in SCTV with John Candy and Rick Moranis. Just really a legendary Canadian comedian and someone I watched a lot growing up. Real shame that she went before Trump. Real shame. She was like 9 years younger than Trump, so... but we'll get to Trump. It always comes back to Trump. So we'll get to him in a bit. Today is January 30th. First I gotta talk about the general strike that either happened or didn't happen. I haven't gotten a full story on that. I guess I participated without even trying because, like I said, I was sick. I am sick, and I stayed home from work today. I guess there is going to be a big protest in downtown Boulder tomorrow. One way or the other, I probably won't be able to make it. I wish I could be there, but if you're in the Boulder area, feel free to. You should definitely go to that and perform solidarity with some good people making good trouble. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a big announcement. We have officially entered the arresting journalists portion of Living Through Fascism. Georgia Fort and Don Lemon, two journalists of color who were arrested because they happened to be present when protesters entered City's Church, which is a Southern Baptist church, where one of the pastors turned out to be an ICE overseer. Now I want to say multiple federal judges refused to issue arrest warrants for these journalists, but Pam Bondi ordered their arrests anyway. Don Lemon, I know, spent the night in jail. As of making this video, I know that both Fort and Lemon have already been released, so I'm sure just a result of this administration's incompetence. I want to let it be known that just because this regime is incompetent, it shouldn't let us lull into a false sense of security. So, and the fact that they're using these intimidation tactics to hinder people's freedom of speech shouldn't let you, be scared. Don't be scared of these people, because they're fucking jokes. Keep speaking truth to power. Keep reporting what you see. I do have a question, though. Where are all the free speech purists out there? The right has shown time and time again that they don't give a shit about the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the 10th Amendment. They don't give a shit. The only thing that these people truly and honestly care about is owning the libs. That's all they've ever cared about. And if they have to own themselves to own the libs, then that's fine. Even if they themselves get owned in the process, as long as people with a modicum of compassion or decency get hurt, that's seemingly all they care about. Also, all you right-wing fucks complaining about these protests going after people in church, well, where's the outrage when ICE does it? Where's the outrage then? If you recall, Trump rescinded a Biden-era policy of not going after illegals in sensitive places like churches, like preschools, etc. But he got rid of that. so that ICE could go after these people wherever they were. And by these people, I mean, family members and neighbors and stuff like that. Which is why church going in a lot of Latin communities have plummeted. Meanwhile, they're going after Don Lemon for violating the KKK Act on Martin Luther King Day, which is just a sick joke, honestly. These people, this regime, they're just blatant white supremacist losers. Going after a prominent black journalist like this, I mean, honestly, it's pretty disgusting. Alright, moving on. Twitch banned Hassan Piker. Obviously this is temporary. Obviously Hassan is going to be okay. But the reason for his ban is very interesting. Twitch, if you don't know, has this policy where if you use the word Zionist in a pejorative sense, it's considered hate speech. You can describe someone as Zionist if you mean that in a positive sense, like saying, I'm a proud Zionist. That's okay, but if you go after someone, or if you criticize someone by calling them a Zionist, that's not allowed. That's considered hate speech. And that's what they busted Hassan for, which is totally ridiculous. Now, again, Hassan is a multimillionaire. And I'm sure the ban is temporary. He's going to be okay. But it's just interesting, the countless examples of commentators like Assmold constantly saying xenophobic, genocidal garbage, and Twitch just lets him do that. But the moment you criticize anyone for supporting Israel, you're out, you're done. This is going to get a lot worse. These attacks on free speech that the government and their cronies are doing is going to get worse. We've seen the result of TikTok's new ownership, CBS's new ownership. None of that is going away anytime soon. I think I said in a previous video, this is going to get worse before it gets better. So, meanwhile, Trump's Department of Injustice has raided the Fulton County election office. If you recall, Trump tried to strong-arm the Georgia Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, to, quote, find me 11,780 votes. That's all I need. Of course, no votes were there to be found. But this preoccupation with the 2020 presidential election loss is going to be used to justify the inevitable fraudulent 26 and 28 elections. I've said it before in a previous video, I think we are going to have elections in 26, 28. How legit those are going to be is going to be open to interpretation, to put it mildly. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? I almost shouldn't even have to say it. Sorry, my nose got sticky. I mean, what's going to happen is exactly what's going to happen. Trump is doing everything in his power to scheme his way into keeping his power, and this is a part of it. Did you all see Tulsi Gabbard in Georgia? That picture? That's a weird-ass picture of Tulsi Gabbard. What the hell was she even doing there? She's the Director of National Intelligence. What is she doing overseeing an FBI investigation? That is weird. I think they are going to try to say there was some foreign influence going on. I think the writing is on the wall there. In writing this video, I was going to talk about about the famous Joseph Goebbels quote that you should accuse the enemy of that which you are doing. But in my research, I realized that Joseph Goebbels actually never said that. And I value the truth above everything else. So even if I'm talking about a Nazi fuck, I will say the truth, and Joseph Goebbels never actually said that, but that is a common tactic to kind of muddy the waters, which is what this regime is absolutely doing. Ken Klippenstein has been doing some fantastic work exposing all this stuff, putting these pieces together, suggesting a picture that they, meaning the federal government, they are starting to make a database going after people for domestic terrorism. I mean, you literally had an ICE agent just last week saying that, getting a picture of a Minnesota protester's license plate, and protesters like, what are you doing? And the ICE agent literally says, oh, we got a nice little database we're going to put you in. Which really begs the question, I mean, is that what happened to Alex Preddy? That video came out that I guess happened like 9 days before he was shot, where he was getting in ICE agent's face, kicking a light, destroying one of the lights of the truck. Is that what happened with Alex Preddy? Was it a targeted attack? I mean, that really is begging the question there. What's up with that? This is all very scary stuff. I know this is scary times we're living in, but I just want everyone to know something important. They don't have the power they want you to think that they have. They may seem powerful now. That power is mostly a facade. The people of Minneapolis are showing that if you cling together, challenge that power, that facade can crumble. So please, don't despair. Keep the faith. Excuse me. I also want to say one more thing. I touched on this earlier, but I really gotta hammer it home. These right-wing podcast bros, your Tim Pools and your Joe Rogans and your Aspen Golds, they really are some of the most pathetic, weakest men I've ever encountered in my life. They are going all in on this fascist regime, supporting ICE. And in my personal opinion, there's no one more pathetic and more weak than Alex Jones. This is the guy, aside from maybe Rush Limbaugh, this is the guy who kind of started this right-wing radio hack DJ thing. And he's been talking for decades, implying that, there was some pedophile, devil-worshipping sex cult running the government, and that they were all going to, bust into our homes, take away our children, and establish a new world order, or whatever. The moment that is actually happening, they puss out. Alex Jones pusses out. And, he's gone on record in supporting ICE. Occasionally he'll have like, I don't know about this, blah, 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 blah. But he is, he's really pussing out. Man. Just what a huge disappointment that guy is. Fuck that guy. Honestly. Alright, that's all I've got. I feel better already. A reminder before I go that, again, it's your support that makes this this show possible. Never talk to an advertiser, and if all goes well, hopefully I never will. So if you follow the link on this in the description, follow the Patreon, buy me coffee, all that good stuff. All right. Thank you very much. Keep the faith. Don't let the bastards grind you down.